Yo, RX back with another breakdown of UFC Paris Imavov versus Bralo. We back finally with another breakdown of our first card back all the way over in Paris. That is pretty good. Actually, I would say really good, to be honest. I think this is a very strong card. Like, it's a Paris card, so you know the crowd's gonna be lit, the fighters are gonna be ready to go, the fights look good, a lot of debuts, some good fights along with that. The main event's great, co-main's great, a lot of the fights are great. This looks to be a really good card, and I am very excited for it. So, this should be a really good card, really good way to come back from break week. Obviously, our last card was UFC Shanghai 2 weeks ago, which was fine. This is gonna be good. I have a lot of hope for this card, and I'm very excited to see it tomorrow from when I'm recording this. And, yeah, I can't wait. I truly can't wait. This is gonna be a banger. This is going to be a great card. So happy fights are back. As much as I love Contender Series, we need more than just Contender Series in our lives, and UFC is just that. I can't wait. This is going to be a fantastic card. And, yeah, man. We're back. We're truly back. Sorry to begin this out so late on a Friday. I don't know. I tried to record this last night. It did not go as planned for some reason. So, now we're recording this on Friday afternoon. I'll be getting this. I'm guessing I'll probably be releasing this around 6, 7 at the latest. It's still good. So, it'll still be coming out sometime on Friday. Obviously, you know, breakdowns I am more consistent with, though this will not be happening again, hopefully. And, yeah, I'm excited. This is going to be a good card. Excited to break it down. Did lose a fight on weigh-in day, well, last night. So we'll talk about that. And, yeah, I'm going to talk about this card. Might not be the longest breakdown in the world, just because a lot of these fights are pretty cut and dry. I really don't see a big point in trying to extend them, because I think a lot of these fights are, again, pretty cut and dry, so not going to be a lot to say about them. Still 13 fights to break down in total. Let's not waste any more time. I think I've hit all the main points I want to talk about, besides genre YouTube bullshit, which is obviously just like, comment, and subscribe. But 200 subs to go by the end of 2025. And now, with that being said, I'm pretty sure I've hit all the notes. YouTube bullshit, cards good. Good to be back. Because we are back. First breakdown in 2 weeks. Been way too long. Let's break down UFC Paris. 13 fights. You ready? I know I am. Let's not waste any more time. And let's break down some fights. We are so back, but what is not back is Patrice Pitbull, because he did get his fight cancelled. His opponent, the debuting Lucien Chieta, did miss weight by 149, and the fight got pulled. Yeah, that Chieta dude's a lazy bum, and he should be cut. Get Pitbull on the Paris card. Pretty simple. It sucks we lost that fight, because I was looking forward to that fight, because I wanted to see what the Chieta hype was all about. But no luck. Chieta's a lazy bum, and he should be cut. Pitbull, get him on a Brazil card. Not very much else to say in that regard. Sucks that happened, but what can you do? There you go. That's, I don't have a lot to say about that. But, yeah, I know a lot of people are pissed, but I'm a little annoyed. But it's not like, god damn it, card's ruined. It's just, yeah, sucks, but what am I meant to do? Dude should have made weight. It's pretty fucking easy, just make weight, buddy. But he's a lazy bum, so I guess no luck. But even with that being cancelled, we still have 13 fights in Paris, and a lot of them are decent, some of them are not. But I think the first half of the prelims are pretty good, so let's get into them. As we begin with our first and only female fight of the night, this one in the straw weight division, and it's not really a great fight. This goes back to my point I made a few minutes ago where, yeah, some of these fights are pretty cut and dry. We don't need to waste a lot of time on them, so we won't. As we have in our first fight of the night, our only female fight of the night, in the strawweight division to begin UFC Paris and welcome us back to the UFC, we have Shauna Mama B. Bannon, I know it's Bannon, versus Sam Page Hughes. Yeah, not the greatest fight in the world to be in the card, but what can you do? A low-level female fight to be in the card. Usually those are ending in finishes lately for Team McLean and all those. Shockingly, I don't even think this is the worst fight on the card. I think it's the second worst fight on the card. But yeah, this is a pretty cut and dry fight. I'll talk about fighters real quick, but there's not a lot that needs to be said, to be honest. As we begin with our first fighter of the night, the Irish woman, Mama B. Shauna Bannon, beginning our night of fighters with a 7-1 record at 31 years old, 2-1 in the UFC, which is extremely debatable. She obviously lost to Bruna Brazil in her debut, just got outclassed, which, why are you getting outclassed by Bruna Brazil? And then she beat Alice Ardelian in a really close fight. That's debatable if she won, and then she beat Pooja Tomar, which is debatable if she should have been stopped when Shauna pretty much got knocked out by Pooja, so you know, definitely a debatable UFC career so far, but the reason it's so debatable and all that, because Shauna Bannon's not good at all. Like, if you want me to just be blunt about it, Shauna Bannon's a terrible fighter. There's only two reasons she's in the UFC. She's Irish, and she's good looking. Outside of those two things, she's an awful fighter. Does she have grappling? No. Does she have cardio? No. Does she have power? No. Does she have striking? No. Her main weapon is a shitty teep kick. Like, that she stands on one leg to throw. Like, and it's not like, obviously you gotta be on one leg to throw, but like, she will stand on her one leg and then like swat at you with it. Like, she's so fucking terrible. Again, if she wasn't good looking, which again, I don't mind watching her fight, in Irish, which, you know, they love that market, but they'll sign Shauna, but not Danny McCormick. That's logic to somebody in the UFC. Shauna's terrible. She's just a good looking fighter. Just there to be good looking and Irish. She's awful. I don't know what else. She could easily be 0-3 in the UFC right now, and she's not fought good competition. Somehow this might be her best fighter she's fought. So, Shauna's terrible. What do you want me to say? And then for her opponent, Sam Hughes, not as good looking or Irish as Shauna. 10-6, 33 years old, 5-5 in the UFC. Her 5 wins have been Estela Nunez, Elise Reed, Jacqueline Amorim, Victoria Dudakova, and Stephanie Luciano. She has lost to Tisha Pennington, Luma Lukbumi, Luana Pinheiro, Pierre Rodriguez, and Yasmin Hawagui. Yeah, 5-5 record is kind of perfect for Sam Hughes because she is super average. Her striking is meh. Her grappling is fine. Her cardio is fine. She can beat shitty fighters. She's never going to beat anyone good. Like, if you look at her wins, Estela Nunez, ass. Elisa Reed, ass. Jacqueline Amorim, I don't think is good at all. You know, I guess that win is aging nicely. Victoria Dudakova, ass. Stephanie Luciano, not that good. And if you look at her losses, Tisha Pennington, good loss. Luma Lukbumi, good loss. Luana Pinheiro, she actually did pretty good in that fight, man, because Luana Pinheiro's awful. Pierre Rodriguez, that was a close fight from what I remember, and I guess that's aging pretty nicely. And Yasmin Hawagui, at the time that was understandable, not anymore. You see the point, she can beat terrible fighters. She's never going to beat anyone who actually has any talent. She's just not that good, but she's not a can, because she can beat the lower level fighters. again, a 5-5 record's kind of perfect for her because she's kind of just a mid fighter. So, yeah, there's nothing special about Sam Hughes. She's never gonna highlight. She's never gonna get a bonus. She's just gonna have a fight, either beat a bad one or lose to a good one, and that's what she's here to do. That's what she's done so far in the UFC. And she'll probably continue to do that for a while unless some crazy bullshit happened where she either falls off a cliff or gets good out of nowhere, which neither is gonna happen, so there you go. The Bangouts first fight are pretty much goes along with my statement that she's good against bad fighters. That's now in this fight, Sam Hughes is -335 to +270. I completely agree. I think you could have Sam Hughes upwards of -400 to 450 even. I want to go 500, that's too high. But like 4 to 450 would be fair. She should win this fight with fucking ease. Like, there's no world Shauna Bannon can win this fight, right? What is she gonna do? Knock her out? No. Win a striking match? No. Win a grappling match? No. Sam Hughes is just better than Shauna in every facet of MMA, and she should easily win this fight by just throwing Shauna on the ground and dominating her. So, give me Sam Hughes by decision, and one more confident picks of the night could easily be the lock of the night. She should win this one with fucking ease. Shauna's a can. She's a good-looking can, and that's it. Sam Hughes is not. She is ugly, but she's the better fighter, and she should easily win this fight. So, give me Sam Hughes by decision. Pretty confidently. Easily could be lock of the night. Shauna's awful. I don't know what else you want me to say. Sam Hughes by decision. Just throw Shauna on the ground and win. Pretty easy. Pretty simple. Not the best fight in the world to be in the card, but it's easy at least. Sam Hughes decision. Next. After that, now it's all the males for the rest of the night, and we begin the male portion of the card with a very good fight in the welterweight division. This is gonna be good. This could easily be the featured prelim. This is probably the best prelim and just a banger in general. Very excited to see this fight, and I don't know why it's so low on the card, but you know, logic. As we have in our second fight of the night, beginning of the male takeover of this card and going to the welterweight division, which we'll see 3 times on this card. It's I would say maybe the best fight of them. It's maybe you can make a case for that. Either way, all 3 of the welterweight fights on this card are really good, and this one obviously holds that statement to be true. As we have in our second fight of the night, the first male fight of the night, first of many welterweight fights on the night, and just a really good fight in general for a second fight to wake up the crowd. We have Rinat Gladiator Fakhretdinov versus Andreas Bane Gustafsson. Good fight. Very good fight here. Rinat's back for the first time in 2025 after losing to Carlos Leal. Andreas Gustafsson having his second fight of 2025 after that fun fight of Chaos Williams, looking like one of the better prospects at welterweight. This is going to be a banger. I'm very excited for this fight. One of the better fights on the card. Let's talk about it. As we will begin with the more UFC experienced guy, even though we've not seen him in a long time since his last loss to Carlos Leal, the Russian Rinat Fakhretdinov, 24-2-1, 33 years old, 5-0-1 in the UFC on paper, but in reality he's not. He's closer to fucking 2-2-1, so come on now. His wins in the UFC have been Andreas Michelitis, Brian Battle, Kevin Lee for sure. Had that debatable draw with Zaleski, which that's not aged amazingly. Had a very debatable fight with Nicholas Dalby that a lot of people don't think he won, and then he lost to Carlos Leal in his last fight, one of the worst robberies of 2024. There's no world he actually won that fight, and yeah, coming back after that awful performance, I guess he saw Carlos Leal get beat by Musalikov in pitiful fashion, so, you know, good job there, dickhead. Yeah, Rinat's not good. I don't know what you want me to say. I was high on Rinat when he came into UFC, when he was beating Kevin Lee and Brian Battle, yada yada. This dude looked phenomenal, but now he's been exposed. His cardio, ass. His striking, not very good. Powerful, but not good. His wrestling went early in the fight decent, but after he gasses out, it's not very good. He's easily beatable. Again, Carlos Leal beat him on like short notice, and Carlos Leal is not good. Like, Rinat's beatable. We've seen him get beat by Leal. A lot of people think Dalby beat him, so it's just a matter of time until Rinat gets fraud checked, and that's probably gonna happen here because he's just not that great. He's pretty easily beatable with shit cardio and shit heart. He has no cardio and shit striking. You're not gonna survive at welterweight, and you're not gonna survive against who he's fighting, so Rinat's just not all that in my opinion. He's fine, but again, he lost to Carlos Leal. He had close fights that people debate with Dalby and Zaleski. He's just not that guy. He's just truly not, and it's just a matter of time until he loses. It's probably gonna happen here. Because he is fighting the crazy and the almost impossible to fight, the Swede, Andreas Gustafsson, 12-2, 34 years old, 1-0 in UFC, coming off the Contender Series. In his UFC debut, he stepped in on short notice to fight Chaos Williams back in June, and he looked phenomenal. He just drowned Chaos Williams with the style that he always uses, which is just drowning you and walking you down the whole fight. And yeah, that's about all we've seen of Andreas so far. He looked good on Contender Series, where he drowned his opponent there. Looked good against Chaos Williams, and now he's coming to drown Rinat. Really hard to describe Gustafsson's game, because his whole idea is just fight like a fucking psychopath. He's gonna walk you down, he's gonna stay in your face for the whole 15 minutes, and he's gonna break you. That's what he did to Chaos. He broke Chaos Williams, because he just kept walking him down, kept taking him down. Like, he just breaks you. And yeah, as an underdog against Chaos, no less, where I picked him, he's just really dang good. He's hard to fight, man. If you don't got the cardio to go the full 15 in a dog fight, like we know Rinat doesn't, if you don't have good striking, like Rinat, like, Gustafsson's gonna easily break you and drown you, and that's what he's here to do, even knowing his game plan. Good luck stopping it. The dude has grappling. The dude has good striking. Dude has great cardio and heart. This dude's good. He's scary. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be champion or anything. Of course he's not going. But he can beat a lot of unranked guys with that fucking style, because it's just impossible to try and fight against. So, good luck to a lot of these guys, especially Rinat. Gustafsson's gonna be an issue. We've only seen a small portion of him so far in UFC, but I'm excited to see more. I truly am excited to see more of what Gustafsson has. So, good to see him back, and good luck to Rinat. The main odds for this fight does have Andreas Gustafsson minus 125 to plus 105. I'm happy they got him as the favorite, because he should win. I think we've all seen enough of Rinat. We know the holes in his game. We know he's lost. We know he's not that good. And Gustafsson's kind of like the worst matchup possible for him. I wonder why the UFC books this fight. I guess they're tired of bailing Rinat out every time he has a close fight he probably lost. So, like, think about Gustafsson. He's a good striker. Rinat's not. He has good cardio. Rinat doesn't. He can grapple, something Rinat struggled against, like Leal and fucking Dalby. This is a tailor-made matchup for Gustafsson on paper, and he should win. You should be able to break Rinat, drown him, and maybe finish him. I wouldn't be shocked at a finish. I'm not going to say it's going to happen, but there's definitely a possibility that it can, because he's just going to try and break Rinat. And this is going to be fun. It's going to be fun to see Rinat get beat up and break right in front of our eyes. Second fight of the night. Great second fight of the night. Going to really wake up the crowd and make everyone happy on a Saturday afternoon early. I'm going Andreas Gustafsson. He's just better. Rinat doesn't have all that in his toolbox. He's pretty mid. And Gustafsson's gonna break him. He's gonna walk him down for 15 minutes and beat him. Either finish him late or 30-27 him. Give me Andreas Gustafsson by decision. He should break Rinat. It's that simple in my opinion. It's gonna be satisfying to see the UFC not bail Rinat out like they always do and let him actually lose now, because he's got bailed out enough times. It's time for Gustafsson to finally beat him. I'm going Andreas Gustafsson by decision. Great second fight of the night. Can't wait. No more running for Rinat. But that's that. Now we get to our third fight of the night. And I'm not speaking of fights that make no sense, and I'm not going to waste a lot of time on, because what do you want me to say here? Our third fight of the night in the middleweight division, a very important weight class on this card. Obviously the main event. This one's not as important, obviously, but it's still a fight. As we have maybe some of the worst matchmaking I've ever seen. I don't need to say much about this fight, because what is there that needs to be said? As we have our third fight of the night in the middleweight division, some of the worst matchmaking I've ever seen. Brad Tavares versus Robert Bryczek. How the fuck did they book this fight with thinking it was a good idea? Why is the guy with the, I think, tied for the most wins at middleweight and gonna easily break that record here, Brad Tavares, fighting a 0-1 tomato can who lost to Ihor Potieria? Make it make sense. Coming off a win, Brad Tavares, his only losses lately, Park and RoboCop. Come on. Brad Tavares by decision, lock of the night. He should be like minus 500. Robert Bryczek is awful. He lost to Ihor Potieria. Give me Brad Tavares all fucking day. Easily, lock of the night. I have nothing else to say. He's gonna take the record for the most middleweight wins, and sadly it's gonna be against Robert Bryczek. Next. Our fourth fight of the night. Another banger in the welterweight division. This won a very good giraffe prospect battle at welterweight. I'm excited for this one. This looks to be a very good fight, and I'm interested to see what happens. I think this is a lot closer than the Rinat fight, to be honest, and maybe I think both of these guys are better than Rinat. I think Patterson is for sure, at least. As we have in our fourth fight of the night, going back to welterweight for the last time before the main card. Another fun fight at welterweight, which I think welterweight kind of carries these prelims. I think they have the two best fights on them. As we have in our fourth fight of the night in the welterweight division, a fun giraffe prospect battle between Sam the Future Patterson versus Trey the Truth Waters. Very good fight here, very good prospect battle. Two of the tallest welterweights, 6'5" and 6'3". Barely welterweight, to be honest, but at least they can make the weight at least, so fine. Yeah, this is a good ass fight. Very good prospect battle. Two dudes who are undefeated at welterweight in the UFC so far. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be pretty damn good. I'm excited. One of the better fights on this card, one of the better prelims on this card. I can't wait. Let's talk about it. We'll begin with the Brit Giraffe, Sam Patterson, 13-2-1, 29 years old, 3-1 in the UFC. His one loss was in his debut coming out of Contender Series at lightweight when he got knocked out by Hughes. But then he made the change up to welterweight, and since he's been on a 3-fight tear, beating Johan Lainus, Kiefer Crosby, and Danny Barlow. Yeah, not the greatest winning streak in the world, I do agree, but still wins nonetheless. After you couldn't beat, Hughes of all fighters. Johan Lainus, Kiefer Crosby are cans. Danny Barlow is a can, but he did fraud check him in a fight where a lot of people did not think he was going to win. He was like plus 300 or some shit in that fight, it felt like. So he's getting better, man. Sam Patterson is getting better. He's looking to be a very good fighter. His grappling's good. His striking is getting better. The only concern I have with him is his chin. I think he's still probably chinny, but outside that, he's pretty damn good, and I'm excited to see how far he can go at welterweight. I doubt he'll be top 15, but he could be a top 20, 25 guy at welterweight. He has the talent. He's well-rounded. The only other concern is we've not seen him go 25 or 15 minutes. He's only went to decision one time in his career, and he's only went into round 2 one time in his UFC career so far, and that was on a Contender Series. So we don't know how his cardio is. But outside of those two concerns with his chin and cardio, which if he can prove those to be fine, he's going to be pretty damn good. Again, his striking has improved. He has good power. His grappling's really solid. Sam Patterson's a good fighter, and at welterweight, he's looking like a legit prospect. Get a win here, make it 4 in a row, get yourself a bigger fight against one of the more established guys in the division. Sam Patterson could be pretty damn good. British, they want to push him. Already better than Leon Edwards. Patterson's good, man. Patterson is pretty damn good. We'll see how far he can go. At lightweight, I thought he sucked. At welterweight, he found his home. And then for his opponent, the American Giraffe, the 9-1 Trey Waters, somehow the taller fighter. Never thought Sam Patterson would be the shorter fighter. Trey is 30 years old, again 9-1, 2-0 in the UFC. He was on Contender Series a few years ago, but lost to Gabriel Bonfim. Understandable, but not great. Then he did get a short notice call to fight Josh Quinlan for his debut a couple years ago, where he looked phenomenal. Kind of got taken out of grain of salt. Josh Quinlan sucks. That he started Josh Quinlan's downfall to getting cut, and now I think he's in the LFA losing. So good shit there. Then he came back in May of last year to fight Billy Ray Goff in one of the best fights of 2024. Debatable if he won that fight. It was a very close fight, but it was a win nonetheless. And now he's back again. I guess he's on a one-fight per year basis. This is his first fight since May, so over a year since fighting. Let's see how he does here. We still have a lot of questions with Trey. He's not fought anyone good. Josh Quinlan sucks. Billy Ray Goff's pretty shit. And Gabriel Bonfim beat him. We don't know. We've just not seen a whole lot from him. Only 2 fights. Like, we know his striking's good. We know his power is good. We know he knows how to use his reach. But have we seen him on the ground yet? I don't think so. Is his cardio that good? In one fight it was, and the other it wasn't. So we'll see that. How does he take punches? In the golf fight, he took them decently, but again, Billy Ray Goff kind of stinks. So we just don't know a lot about Trey yet. I think we've seen, outside of the grappling, I think we've seen more from him, mostly everything from him, but there's still debates on how good he is, because again, his 2 wins are pretty shit fighters. This is a ginormous step up in competition, so I'm intrigued to see how he does there, especially after a long layoff. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting. Good to see Trey back. Still got a lot of questions. So far, he's looked good. So far, he's looked like a pretty good fighter. But is he really all that? Or has he just fought kind of low-level competition? We're going to find out. Good to see Trey back after a while. And let's see how the welterweight Giraffe does in his return. With a lot of questions around him. The betting odds are going with the British Giraffe at a -180 to +150. Yeah, I would agree. I think that's as high as I'd put Patterson as a favorite. We've seen more from Patterson. We've seen him fight guys who are a little bit better. I think Danny Barlow is better than Billy Ray Goff and fucking Josh Quinlan. So but these 2 dudes are still question marks. We don't know how Patterson can go deep into a fight. We don't know how Trey does against better competition and grappling. I'm intrigued to see how Patterson does against being the shorter fighter, because he's always the taller fighter. There's a lot of good questions with this fight, and I'm excited for it. It's a very good prospect battle. 2 of the taller guys, 2 dudes who've shown a lot of promise so far in their careers. This is a great fight. This is great matchmaking. I'm very excited for it. Who am I going to pick here? I'm going to grab the betting odds. I'm going to lean with the guy who I've seen more of and I think's a little more proven. Give me Sam Patterson. I think Trey Waters has the potential, but inactive. We don't know. We've not seen him against good fighters. We don't... He's just kind of a question mark still. I'm gonna go Sam. I think Sam's good. I think Sam's ceiling might be a little bit higher. I'm gonna go Sam Patterson by decision. I think he finishes highly in this fight. Patterson has no chin. We don't know how Waters is gonna do on the ground or in the striking realm against someone like Sam. What's the reach? Sam has a better reach. This is gonna be interesting. I'm very intrigued, but I'm gonna go Sam Patterson by decision. This is gonna be very, very good. I am very excited for this fight, but I am gonna pick against America, sadly, and give me the British Giraffe, Sam Patterson by decision. Again, finishes highly, but I'm gonna stick with the safe pick. Give me a decision for a very good Giraffe battle. At welterweight, a division that is carrying the prelims, in my opinion. Give me the Brit by decision in a great prospect battle. After that, we kind of hit the weak part of the prelims. I guess this next fight's alright, but it's not fantastic. As we get to our first of many debuts on this card, I believe 4, thanks to Kieta pulling out. Now we went from 5 to 4, but still 4 debuts on a card is pretty crazy. And we begin with the worst one with the first one, as we have in our only fight to change on short notice. And so I think that's always a good sign. Our 5th fight of the night in the lightweight division, a fight that's pretty easy to predict, not gonna waste a lot of time here. We have in our only short notice replacement fight of the card and our first debut of the night, we have Caio Fernandes versus Harry Houdini Hardwick. Yeah, pretty easy fight to predict here. Obviously, by now you've heard this was originally meant to be Caio Fernandes versus Faraz Ziam. Ziam pulled out, I believe, on Sunday because his grandmother died or something, so that sucks. Respect to prayers to his family and all that. So, with him pulling out, Hardwick steps in on, I believe, Monday, and now we still keep Caio Fernandes on the card, from a fight he had really no chance of winning to a fight he had no really chance of losing. If you see what happens here, this is going to be a pretty easy one to predict, so let's not waste a lot of time. Let's get into the man who's meant to be on this card from the start, Caio Fernandes. 10-2, 2-1 in the UFC. His debut, he lost to Marc Diakese, but probably not a great debut, and he almost won that fight. Marc Diakese's a can anyway. But then he's routed off 2 wins since then, knocking out Muhammad Yahya. Not saying a lot there, but then the crowning jewel of his wins, and the more impressive of the bunch, completely destroying Guram Kutateladze in a just complete domination when he was like a ginormous underdog. Just ripped through him like paper. That was a fantastic, almost coming out party for Caio Fernandes. Good, that was just a great win. And now he's, clearly they liked that one enough to give him Frosty on, but clearly that didn't go through. And now he is fighting Harry Hardwick, which is kind of a step down from Guram, but it's probably still a step up from Muhammad Yahya. Cowie's good. Cowie's pretty good. His hands are good. His grappling's alright. His kicks are pretty solid. He's a pretty decent, well-rounded guy. Is he from Nova União? Yeah, and the Henan Barao and all those guys. Yeah, Caio Fernandes is actually pretty solid. He's no walk in the park for anybody. Coming off the biggest one of his life. Has a lot of momentum now. Caio Fernandes is good. Well-rounded. A lot of momentum. He's good. Tough debut for anyone. Especially if one of the debutants not very good, like his opponent, Harry Hardwick. 13-3-1. His face is so weird. No age, but I don't think he's probably in his mid to late 20s. Yeah, I don't think much Harry Hardwick. No one's really too excited about him getting the opportunity. Good for him and respect for him for stepping in, but he is the brother of George Hardwick, who was on Contender Series a couple years ago and lost to Abdul Karim Al Sawadi, and apparently George was going to be the better brother, so what does that tell you? Yeah, I think this is, even if Kieta didn't pull out, I would still say this is obviously the worst debut of the night. I think this dude's not very good. And yeah, he's probably just here to be cannon fodder more than anything. Maybe we can pull off the upset, but if your brother was meant to be the better one of the two and he's a can, what the fuck does that make you? I don't know. I don't really think much of Harry. Respect for stepping in is about the nicest thing I can say. He's from Cage Warriors. You know he sucks. If you come from Cage Warriors, I automatically think you're a can. So, and most of the time I'll be right. I think for every time I'd be right. Who came from Cage Warriors and hasn't been a can lately? Come on. Yeah, respect for stepping in, but you're getting your ass beat here. Betting odds are giving him a lot of respect, though. Only having Kauê Fernandes minus 175 to plus 145, I think that's insane. Kauê should be upwards minus 300. The dude was gonna fight Fakhretdinov, who would smash Hardwick in a minute. Now Kauê's getting an easier fight than fucking Guram, and he's meant to lose. Or not lose, but in a close betting odds? Nah, Kauê should be minus 300. He could easily be a lock as a night option. Give me Kauê Fernandes by decision. He should not lose this fight. He should easily beat Harry Hardwick. It's Harry Hardwick, for fuck's sake. His brother's a can, and he was meant to be the better of the two. Give me Kauê Fernandes all day by decision. Maybe Hardwick shows up and is actually good. I doubt it. Even if he was, Kauê Fernandes is a tough-ass debut opponent. Easy one for Kauê, in my opinion. Give me Kauê by decision. Not much to say. Happy's still on the card, and Happy's gonna get an easy win. Kauê Fernandes by decision. After that, we get to our new co-main event, the prelims, because everything got moved up a little bit thanks to Kieta's pullout. So I don't know, this is a co-main event, the prelims, another debutante, and another, I feel, forgettable debutante. This time at low-level heavyweight. Oh joy! Can't wait for this. As we have in our new co-main event of the prelims in the heavyweight division, our second of 4 debutantes tonight. We have in our co-main event the prelims in the top 15 of heavyweight, for some reason, Marcin Tybura versus Ante Walking Trouble Delija. It's a heavyweight fight. I don't really need to go in depth on these two. Marcin, well, at least on Marcin. We all know Marcin Tybura. Lately, he's kind of just been fraud-checking guys like Johanta and McParkin, beat Tai Tuivasa, lost to Spivak and Tom. We know we're getting Marcin Tybura. He's almost 40. He's not exciting. If you see him on your card, you're not going to be like, oh boy, Marcin Tybura is fighting. He's a very forgettable fighter. He's smart. He knows how to win very unexcitingly. And that's just kind of what he's been doing his whole career. He's not a finisher. He's not some exciting fighter. He's just Marcin Tybura. Sweet. I don't need to go in depth on Marcin fucking Tybura at this point. You know him by now. Someone a lot of people might not know is his opponent debuting Ante Delija. Of course, making his UFC debut. 25-6, 35 years old. Great signing. Coming from the PFL, I know his last fight was not in the PFL, but he's more a PFL Bellator guy. No real notable wins or losses in his career. Like, he did lose to Marcin Tybura back in the day, so that's an interesting debut opponent back in 2015, I believe it was. Was it 2015? Yes, he lost by leg injury, so I don't know the circumstances behind that. Who knows? So maybe it was some fluky bullshit. I don't know. But this is a rematch. Now, instead of being 29 and 25, they're 39 and 35. Again, like, Ante, not like he beat Glotskov. That's an okay win. He beat that Ferreira dude Ngannou beat, which shows how good that Ngannou fight win was. And in the last fight, he beat Jorgen De Castro in some promotion named FNC. I think this is a waste of, not a waste of a signing because heavyweight needs bodies, but what? Like, I think a waste of a top 15 opportunity. Like, does he really deserve a top 15 shot in his debut for being a 1-1 in his last 35 years old, and never really doing anything that notable? Like, he just seems like another body in the division. Is he even better than Walter Walker? Is he even better than fucking, like, I don't even, like, what heavyweight's so shit. You can't even think about, is he much better than Shamil Gaziev? Like, not even bullshitting? Like, I just don't, I don't know why he's getting a top 15 opportunity in his debut outside of fighting Tybura in the past. Like, what has he really done to warrant this? I have no idea, but maybe he'll prove me wrong and be a great signing, but this is definitely not one I'm hearing people super hype about. They're kind of just, It's kind of just a fight, nothing that special about it. Another signing, another body added to the division. It's heavyweight, it still sucks, we all know it. So, just sign Nemkov already, goddammit. Yeah, not really much else to say. Bang Actors fight have pretty much been flipping between a pick'em all week. I really don't understand that. I probably have Tybura the small favorite. I would imagine probably like minus 140? Probably minus 130, 140. He should, like, all logic points to Tybura should win. He's beat him in the past, he's more UFC experienced, he's fought better guys, he knows how to win. Marcin Tybura should win this fight, unless this Ante dude's actually pretty damn good, and we just don't know it, which I highly doubt. Marcin Tybura should beat him again. So, give me Marcin Tybura by decision. He should win this fight. He just knows how to win in very unexciting ways. Maybe he wins it by another leg injury. You never know. I wouldn't complain. It'd end the fight quicker. But, more than likely, Tybura wins a boring decision, unless Delija's actually really good, which I have doubts about. Give me Marcin Tybura by decision. Not looking forward to it too much. Don't think Delija's some amazing signing, and, yeah, not just a whole lot to say about this fight. So, home to the UFC Delija, you're probably gonna suck. Tybura by decision against a signing that I don't think brings a lot to the UFC. Finally, our featured prelim, our 7th fight of the night, and our worst fight of the night. I truly believe this is the worst fight on the card. I don't see any redeeming qualities about this fight. No idea why it's so high on the card. I think it's worse than the Sam Hughes fight, truly. And, yeah, these two are tomato cans, as we have in our featured prelim in the light heavyweight division, from low-level heavyweight to low-level light heavyweight. We have in our featured prelim our first French fighter of the night somehow, Oumar versus Brendson, the Gorilla Ribeiro. Shitty fight. What do you want me to say? Oumar coming off getting fraud checked by Alonzo Menafield in a fight Oumar just did not perform in. Brendson Ribeiro's a complete tomato can, always has been. Give me Oumar by decision. He should win this fight. Ribeiro's a can, but I don't think Oumar is much better. He should still win because Brendson Ribeiro is just awful. But again, Oumar could choke this like he did against Alonzo Menafield very easily, so time will tell. Shitty fight, and worst fight on the card. I got nothing good to say about it. These two are terrible, but yeah, give me Oumar by decision. He should still be able to beat Brendson Ribeiro of all tomato cans, so give me Oumar by decision in a shit fight. Worst fight on the card. Worst featured prelim I've seen. Oumar by decision. The French will get on the Paris fans will get on the board at least for win. Aside of that, they both suck. And finally, there you go. Those are the prelims. 7 fights, still a pretty lengthy fucking prelims. I think this portion of the prelims looks pretty good. You got 2 good welterweight fights, an OG, Kauê, Sam, it's fine. Then you get to this portion where the last 2 fights, and it's just... it's hard to be too excited about a Marcin Tybura fight, a Brendson Ribeiro fight. I'm not jumping over the moon for either of those. I like the first 5 fights. The last 2 I think are ew. But it's fine. 7 fights in total. Should be an enjoyable prelim. Even if I didn't pick any finishes. Not really any finishers here. Maybe Gustafsson gets a finish. Maybe Patterson can get a finish. Maybe Kauê or Tybura gets a finish. Maybe Oumar can get a finish. They're all possible, but I don't see very probable. We'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong and we get all finishes, because that'd be lit. But it's super unlikely, and yeah, decent prelims. Kind of falters at the end, but still fine. And now we head to the main card. 6 more fights to break down, 45 minutes in. Let's keep it going, shall we? And we begin the main card with a debut, not the original debut main card opener they had planned, which was Kieta. Now the main card opener is going to be still at featherweight, but just a different debuting guy, and now against a Frenchman. We have in our main card opener, thanks to Kieta pulling out, being the lazy bum that he is, our new main card opener for UFC Paris is William Jaguar Gomis versus Robert Ruchała. A little bit of a downgrade from Pitbull and Kieta, but when Kieta is a lazy bum that misses weight, what can you really do? Now we have William Gomis on a main card. Ew, against Robert Ruchała, who no one fucking knows. Great. Yeah, I'm not gonna say a lot here, and that's gonna be running theme with the main card, because I don't have a lot to say about most of these main card fights. We all know William Gomis, 4-1, even though a very debatable record there. Beat Jarno Aarons, beat Francis Marshall, debatable. Beat Giannis Gamori by dick kick. Beat Jarrence and Brito. I'll give him that one. I do think he won that fight. And lost to Hyder Emil. Fine. Good loss. I think he's terrible. I truly think William Gomis is a terrible fighter. And I just don't see anything positive in his game. He's boring. He's not that good. I just can't really say anything that positive about a guy who I think sucks. So, yeah. That's about that. But then the opponent, the lesser-known Polish Robert Ruchała, 11-1, 27 years old, coming from KSW, way more respectable than PFL or Cage Warriors. Yeah, I have no idea who this guy is. Until this fight got booked, I did not know this was a real person. I don't love him having a loss that recently, but apparently the guy he lost to is really damn good, so I'll give him a break there. Has won 2 in a row since getting his shot. I've heard okay things about him. Some people are excited to see him here. Some people who are say he's pretty damn good. I'm intrigued. If he is as good as some people say he is, he should beat William Gomis, because William Gomis is shit. But, we'll see. We'll really see. I'm very intrigued. Another Polish fighter in the UFC. Can't go wrong there. He looks like a vampire. Let's see what this guy can do. Welcome to the UFC, and let's see. Some people are really high on him. Some people don't care who the fuck he is. Let's see which group's correct. The betting odds say no one gives a fuck who he is, and that they have William Gomis minus 275 to plus 220. Yeah, if you're asking me unbiasedly, I think William Gomis is gonna win this fight. I know nothing about Ruchała, and I think William Gomis just knows how to fluke his way to a win. But, you guys know me by now, I am completely biased. If I don't like you, I'm not gonna pick you, and then this is a case where, yeah, I'll take the L, I don't care. Give me the new guy, give me Robert Ruchała by decision. I've never seen him fight a day in my life. I know nothing about him, but I'm gonna pick him here because I don't like William Gomis. I think William Gomis is a complete tomato can. So give me Robert Ruchała by decision. If he loses, I won't be shocked. Gomis will probably win this fight. But if Ruchała's as good as some people say he is, he should beat William Gomis. So I'll take the long shot. I'll take the biased pick. If I get it wrong, I don't care. Give me Robert Ruchała by decision. Let's see. Let's see what this man can do. Let's see why they signed him. Because if you can't beat William Gomis, there's no reason you should have been signed. Give me Robert Ruchała by decision. Let's see, man. I'm intrigued. I don't love to be on the main card, but I am intrigued. I'll go biased mode. Give me Ruchała by decision. Boy, fuck William Gomis. Next, our fourth and final debut of the night. Now we're back on track for the main card we were meant to get the whole time. So good. And again, we're on our last debut, so I don't have to keep telling you I don't know anything about these guys. That's good, at least. As we have in our second fight of the main card, our final debut of the main card, up at welterweight. So that's our third welterweight fight of the night. And you can make a case for it being the best or worst, to be honest. Very interesting debut here. I'm very intrigued. I've heard some very interesting things about the debuting fighter here. We know his opponent's a tomato can. As we have in our final debut of the night, our second fight of the main card, at welterweight, Axel Sola versus Rhys Skeletor McKee. Another very interesting debut with Kieta off the card. I would say Sola is the debut I'm most excited to see now, because Ruchała I know nothing about, and the other two on the prelims seem to be bums. So, Axel Sola, very interesting debut taunt here, getting a layup against Rhys McKee. Let's see what this kid can do. Good fight. Let's look. I'm not going to say a lot here, because I think I pretty much just said the whole fucking, said everything I needed to say there, but I'll still talk about it a little bit. Axel Sola making his UFC debut, 10-0-1, 27 years old, 5 knockouts, 1 submission, 4 decisions, on a 3-fight winning streak, but pretty much undefeated. I've heard some interesting things about him. I've heard of this dude before. If you, I think Axel MMA, who is linked on my channel, talks about him a lot. This dude seems, I've heard, is pretty damn good. Let's see, what's his height? 5'11". I think he usually fights at lightweight, I heard, but I guess he is going to be at welterweight here, coming from Aries FC, which I probably still more respectable than fucking fucking Cage Warriors and all that. He has main evented the last 4 cards he was on in Aries, so this is gonna be interesting. I'm very intrigued to see Sola here, see what he can do. Heard a lot of hype, undefeated. Looks like Vicente Luque's big brother. This should be interesting. And the UFC has a lot of hype for him because they are giving him a layup known as Rhys McKee. I don't even need Rhys McKee is terrible. Good for him coming off his first UFC win. He's a can. The betting odds for this fight are weird. Why is Axel Sola like barely a favorite? Rhys McKee's not good. And unless Axel Sola is not good, why are the odds for this fight so close? Sola only minus 135. From what I've heard, he is good, and what I do know is Rhys McKee's not. Sola should be like at least minus 250, 300. Is he not that good? Like, I'm confused now. Is he like not good or something? I'm confused. We know Rhys McKee sucks. Like, trust me, we all know Rhys McKee's a fucking bum. So, I'm confused. Why the fuck is Sola like barely a favorite? That worries me a little bit. But, yeah, maybe, we'll see. I'm going Axel Sola by knockout in the first. You should beat Rhys McKee. If you lose to Rhys McKee, out of all the debuting fighters, he has the easiest fight. You're getting Rhys McKee in your home territory. You should beat him. You're a little shorter than him, but you should still beat Rhys fucking McKee. If he's as good as I've heard, and clearly the betting odds don't think he is, but if he's as good as people think he is, I'm gonna go Axel Sola by knockout in the first. He should be able to beat Rhys fucking McKee very easily. Give me Axel Sola by knockout in the first. It's Rhys McKee. Why is he only minus 200? Or minus 130, my bad. Why is he not minus 200? If he gets fraud checked, fine, everyone was right, but I'm going Axel Sola by knockout in the first. I'm picking the devil I don't know more than the devil I do know, because the devil I do know is Rhys McKee, and he's a fucking bum. So, give me Axel Sola by knockout in the first, and what should be a layup of a debut if he is as good as a lot of people have hyped him up to be. There you go. Maybe I'm on the weird side of that, I don't know. You tell me. Next, 4 fights left, all UFC veterans at this point, and a few fights I don't have to go through to. I don't have a lot to say, at least the next 3. The main event I'll talk about a little bit, as we have in our 3rd fight of the main card, a fight that's probably going to be okay, but I don't really get why it's so high on this card. I'd rather see fucking Tybura on the main card, to be honest. This should be a fine fight. I think this is a pretty low-level fight, in my opinion, though. Kind of like a Cage Warriors fight more than anything. As we have our 3rd fight of the main card in the lightweight division, a fight that on paper could be fun, but again, it could not be. A low-level fight, in my opinion, between the Zulu Warrior, Bolaji Oki, versus Mason, the Dragon Jones. It's a fight. Bolaji Oki, 2-1 in the UFC, off the Contender Series. He had all the hype coming off the Contender Series, and now he's kind of just been mid. Like, 10-2, 29 years old. He beat Timmy Kwamba in very unimpressive fashion. He lost to Chris Duncan. That's actually pretty understandable. He beat Michael Aswell in a good fight. Michael Aswell took it to him. Aswell is a pretty good fighter, in my opinion. I've just not been impressed with Oki since the Contender Series. I thought he's looked extremely underwhelming, and I don't know if he just wasn't ready for a skill jump, or he's just not good enough for that skill jump. I don't know, but yeah, Oki's just not really been too impressive in UFC. 2 decision wins and getting submitted by Chris Duncan, which is the Duncan one's understandable. Yeah, I've just not been super impressed with him, so maybe we'll get the Contender Series form of him eventually, but so far in UFC, I think Oki's just been a disappointment. And then for Mason Jones, 16-2, 30 years old, the opponent, 2-1 in UFC. We know how his first UFC run went. He debuted, had a great fight with Mike Davis, beat Alan Patrick, beat David Onama in a banger, lost to Ludwig Klein and got cut, went back to Cage Warriors, went on a winning streak, got re-signed, fought Jeremy Stevens, won, but made it pretty boring, sadly. Just laid on him for like the second half of the fight, which is pretty lame. And did get the win though, and now he's back on a winning streak, going into his 2nd fight back. I don't think much of Mason Jones. I still think he's a bum fraud. Yeah, I have not much good to say about this fight. I think it's a battle of 2 bum frauds, if I'm being honest. Mason Jones is a -140 favorite. Yeah, you can have him a little bit bigger of a favorite. I do, even for as much of a bum that I think Mason Jones is, he should be like -190. He should win this fight. Oki, I just think, is a few steps behind Mason as a fighter. I think Mason is a fine striker, can hold up with Oki, and then I think what's going to happen is Jones is going to hold him on the ground for a good portion of the fight. By round 2, he'll probably start the wrestling, and he'll just hold Bolaji down and beat him there, so I'm going Mason Jones by decision. I think this is a pretty forgettable fight. I think it will be fun at times, but more than likely Jones will just hold him down and be boring. So I think UFC's plan of having this be some banger on the main card is going to backfire. I think Mason's just going to be boring like he usually is and win by cuddling. So give me Mason Jones by decision. I think both guys suck, but I think Mason's a little more, I don't know, advanced as a fighter. Would that be the right term? I don't know. Give me Mason Jones by decision. I don't think either are that good, but I think Mason's better. Oki's kind of, I would love to see Oki knock him out, but I think Mason's better. Give me Mason Jones by decision, and what should probably be a piss break when he just lays on him for half the fight. Mason Jones by decision. Piss break. I don't know why it's on the main card at all. Speaking of fights and fighters who I never know why they're on the main card, what's up, Bear Jew? Our fourth fight of the main card, our co-main to the co-main. Not looking forward to this at all. I'm not going to say a lot here because I'm so tired of talking about this dude's fights. As we have in our fourth fight of the main card, in the light heavyweight division, for some reason high on the card, even though it has no fucking right to be. Our fourth fight of the main card, our co-main to the co-main, the Baltic Gladiator, Modestus Bukauskas versus Paul Bear Jew Craig. What the fuck does Paul Craig have on Dana White to keep getting him on main cards or in the UFC? I'm not gonna waste time here. Paul Craig fucking stinks, but he could find a way to win this fight. He shouldn't, but this Bukauskas having the best run of his career. He should easily beat Paul Craig. Paul Craig's gonna lay on his back for 15 minutes, kick his feet up in the air, and lose. But somehow he might find a way to get a submission. I'm gonna say he doesn't. I'm gonna go Modestus Bukauskas by decision. Paul Craig's a tomato can, but again, he always finds a way to win somehow. He beat Rodolfo Bellato, for being honest. I'm going Modestus Bukauskas by decision. Why is Paul Craig on a main card? Why is he still in the UFC? What a joke. Paul Craig's a joke. Buka, please win. I am not wasting time talking about a Paul Craig fight in 2025. Come the fuck on, people. He should be in PFL by now. Modestus Bukauskas by decision. I don't care. Next, speaking of easy fights to predict, maybe one of the easiest ones of the fucking card to predict. The co-main event of the evening. A banger in the lightweight division that shouldn't go too long and should just be a murder. As we have in the co-main event of the evening, the start of Paris versus the Nerds. We have in our co-main event of the evening one of the easiest fights on the card to predict. We have a banger in the lightweight division in our co-main between the God of War, Benoit Saint-Denis, versus one-shot Mauricio Ruffi. Yeah, Ruffi's going to smash Benoit Saint-Denis with ease. Ruffi knockout round 1. I don't even need to click on their profiles. I don't need to go in depth on this fight. Ruffi knockout round 1. Benoit's a can. He fucking ducked he ducked so many real fighters to instead look mid as shit against Kyle Prepelik. Lost to Moicano, lost to fucking Dustin. He's a tomato can. Give me Mauricio Ruffi by knockout in the first. He's going to destroy him. Spinning rule kick, overhand right, whatever he feels like knocking him out with, he's going to. Ruffi knockout round 1. You don't need to say anything else. Too easy. What else can I say? Could easily be lock of the night. Ruffi knockout round 1. Simple as that. There you go. I got nothing left to say, to be honest. Benoit has no chance. He's gonna get his brain splattered across the fucking canvas. Ruffi, knockout round 1. Let's go to the main event. Finally, 13 fights later, we hit the main event of the evening. For maybe a title shot at 185. A top 5 battle to see who might be fighting Hamzat next, even though it's probably going to be fluffy when he smashes Rainier. We have in our main event of the evening to end UFC Paris a banger. Thank God to say in the Apex. A banger in Paris to end the afternoon here, but the night there. We have to end UFC Paris in the main event in the middleweight division to see who might be getting a title shot next. We have Nasruddin, the sniper, Imavov versus Caio, the natural Brawlo. What a main event. Caio going to get another win and get his title shot, going to upset the Paris crowd, going to fuck the nerds don't lose, the nerds leader. Oh, I actually meant to like break this fight down. Yeah, Imavov sucks. Like, my bad, I forgot I actually to break this fight down because some people actually think it's close. Yeah, for some reason people think Imavov is good. I don't know why either. If you look at this fantastic winning streak he's went on, losing to Sean Strickland of all people. He beat Chris Curtis, garbage. Beat Rome Delija, garbage. He didn't beat Jared Cannonier, Jason Herzog did. Beat Brendan Allen, a rematch would go differently, and he KO'd Israel Adesanya. Yeah, I don't know if I'm meant to be impressed with that or not, because I'm not. Yeah, well, this guy sucks. Imavov's a can. Who has he beat? The best, the only one I can kind of respect is Brendan Allen. Outside of that, Izzy, garbage. Cannonier, you didn't beat, and Delija sucks. Imavov's not good. He's just not. He's been getting a cakewalk into the top 5, and now he's getting a real opponent. He's not getting a 50-year-old fucking washed fighter. He ain't getting Rome Delija, who's awful. He's getting fucking one of the best in the division who could, if it wasn't for fucking Khamzat Chimaev, could easily be champion. He would have beat Dracus, clearly. We see that now. What else do you want me to say? Like, you look at Caio, I do wish he was more active, but outside of that, what else do you want him to do? He's one of the best in the division, 7-0, his last few wins, he actually beat Jared Cannonier. I get Paul Craig's a shit win. Abus Magomedov, that's aged great. Michael Chaychek. Caio's great. He's not shown really any. The only fight I think he kind of looked bad in was the Makhmud Murdov fight, and that was like his early in his. That was like 3 years ago. He's got better since then. Caio's good. He's one of the best in the division, and I'm not gonna say he beats Khamzat. He doesn't. You want me to be 100% honest? Khamzat would beat him, but that's Khamzat Chimaev. Caio beats most of the rest of the division. He would have beat Izzy. He would have beat fucking Delija. Brendan Allen's pretty good. Like, he would have beat Strickland. He wouldn't have lost to that tomato can. He would have beat Phil Hawes. Yeah. No one wants to talk about how you lost to Phil Hawes. Exactly. Caio's gonna win this fight. He's just better. The nerds don't lose, and they're just better. He's the leader of the nerds. They don't fucking lose. They're gonna go into Paris, beat the 2 of their heroes there, and walk out with W's. Give me Caio Brawlo by decision. He's better. Imavov is not all that, bro. He's not. I've seen nothing to tell me that Nasruddin Imavov is good. Truly, I've seen nothing. He beat Izzy, who sucked anyway. He got handed a win against Jared Cannonier that he was losing in that fight, and he beat Brendan Allen. Good job. Most of you think Brendan Allen sucks anyway. Even though he doesn't. Brendan Allen's great, and a rematch would go differently. Imavov's not good. Caio is so good. Again, I wish he was more active, and I do not love the 2 weight cuts in the span of a month. I won't lie to you. But outside of those 2 things, Caio's better. Caio should win. I'm going Caio Brawlo by decision. The nerds don't lose, and they're going to walk into Paris and piss off the hometown crowd by beating their boys, because they are just better. The nerds don't lose. And with that being said, I can finally end this breakdown for the 2nd time I've tried to record, and a little later on Friday than I would like, with a boom. That was a card. To go over my picks one more time: Sam Hughes by decision, Andreas Gustafsson by decision, Brad Tavares my lock of the night by decision, Sam Patterson by decision, Caio Fernandes by decision, Marcin Tybura by decision, Oumar by decision, Robert Ruchała completely biased by decision, Axel Sola by knockout in the first, Mason Jones by decision, Modestas Bukauskas by decision, Mauricio Rufi by knockout in the first, and Kyle Barallo by decision. Bang. It's a great card. The order is ass, and some of the fights are not great, but when the fights are good on this card, they're great. The main and co are great. Some debuts could be fun. Some of their early prelims are good. I can't wait for this card, man. We are so back. Saturday afternoon, fights are back. I can't wait. The only thing I will touch on is I know I picked 90% decisions for this card, but how many of these fights can you really see being a finish? No, maybe, no, maybe, nah, maybe, doubt it, maybe, doubt it. If I had to force another finish pick, I'd probably go either Sam Patterson or maybe a Marcin Tybura or Modestas Bukauskas. One of those three, but I don't know, I could kind of just see this going. Like, I can see a lot of the... We will, of course, get a few more finishes than I predicted. But I do think we'll get a good amount of decisions, because there's just not a lot of finishers on this card, sadly. But it still looks to be a very good card. I'm extremely excited for it, and I cannot wait, because fights are back. Outside Contender Series, which we do love, but a real card is back. We're going to learn a lot about a lot of fighters on this card, and I cannot wait. Let's just do it already. I'm tired of talking about it in breakdown form. Sorry for getting this out so late on Friday, but shit happens. We're back. We're not professional. Plus, I talk about this card so much during the week on stream. You've heard me talk about it plenty. So, there you go. Video breakdown finally done. The recap will be Sunday. The pre-party is tonight on stream. After party, hangover. Can't wait. We're back. I'm tired of talking about this because I think I'm doing this. Well, not this part, but we're trying to record this. I'm done. Breakdown's done. Sorry to get this out so late again. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 200 subs goal by the end of 2025. And as always, unless I'm forgetting to say something which don't be live, I am. Fights are back. Recaps on Sunday. Streams all the next 3 nights, shorts in there in between. As always, finally done to breakdown. Sorry it's so late again. As always, RX. Out. Good vibes. Only. And always.